Good morning, everybody. Keith here. Hey, I wanted to talk to everybody today about this Constitution. I've got a buddy of mine that's been ramped right up there with me as far as trying to end the corruption here in America and around the world, for that matter. And basically, it all starts with constitutions. Everybody gets all wrapped up about the constitutions that are flying around. We have the Constitution for the United States of America. We have the Constitution of the United States for America. We have the Constitution of the United States. We have the Constitution for the United States. We have all these different constitutions. And what people, we the people of the United States of America, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, promote establish justice, provide for the tranquility, promote the general defense, or provide for general defense, promote the ourselves and our posterity. When we know this Constitution, we have to think about the words in it. And when we're not understanding the words, how can we understand the Constitution? And that's the basic problem of this issue with the police and okay, we're back here in a little bit darker room, get better signal. What? And so basically, when we're talking about these constitutions, let me get back on track here.
Okay, wait.
The constitutions that are written up for governments are based on the word you. Y-O-U. Y-O-U is a plural of thou. T-H-O-U. It's Old English speak for single man. Thou. Thou. The you is you, yourself, and your person. And anytime we talk about a constitution, we're talking about a set of rules, regulations, guidelines. And so when we pick up a constitution for the United States of America and we read it and we actually comprehend it, do we still abide by it? Is that our constitution? Is that what constitutes myself? See, when the founding fathers of this country developed that constitution, and it's right there in the First Amendment to the Bill of Rights. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion. And what that says right there in that First Amendment is that everybody has the freedom of belief, the liberty to believe what they believe. And when we quit believing, it's the foundation of knowledge. We have to start learning who we are and what constitutes us. So when we talk about establishing justice and ensuring tranquil peace and tranquility and providing for our general welfare and promoting our welfare, providing for our defense, promoting our welfare, and securing our liberty, our blessings, what we wish to do. That's when we know our Constitution and not somebody else's, particularly one written in 1789 or 1787. Hundreds of years ago, that has no effect on what I am doing today. I'm supposed to affect it. And it's like I explained to somebody yesterday. When we think about things in the terms of universe, I'm going to discuss the word universe along with multiverse and omniverse. When we talk about universe, we're talking about uni, one. Verse is language or song. Most people like to think of it as song. It is the song of one. It is mine and everything that's around me. That's my universe. The multiverse is the universe according to many, to me and the people around me. That is the multiverse. That is the song of many. And then we have the omniverse, and that is the verse of everything. Not everybody, but everything, including dead and living entities. Everything material, every tangible thing, and every intangible thing. That is the song of everything. And that's what we have to think about when we're looking at these constitutions that the government is supposed to be upheld to. And we have to affect that. What we're doing at this stage in history is we're still allowing the Constitution to affect us when we should be affecting the Constitution. As we grow, it should grow. Yet we're still trying to abide by a Constitution that was written 200 years ago, over 200 years ago, and we're still trying to stick by that when things have changed so much. It's just like all your industries. They're all trying to stick with what they've got because they don't want to die. Your fuel industries don't want to die because somebody else has come up with a better idea. A 12-year-old kid latched onto the Tesla idea and knows how to grab energy out of the air. And I'll bet that kid's going to be dead by the time he's an adult. It's a shame. And this is the kind of corruption we're talking about, and it's affecting us when we should be affecting it. So when it comes to this Constitution, I want people to understand, if you're sitting on your couch, watching the boob tube, enjoying somebody else's life, because yours is so well that you can sit there and watch it on a nice that you can watch it on a big 70-inch screen TV while you're eating your top dollar bag of potato chips at the local grocery store and sucking down all the soda and everything and feeling like you're just fine. You're actually part of the problem. If you're going to sit on your ass and not do anything about it because you like the way the corruption is working for you, you're probably one of the ones that when you hear the sirens down the street, you get up from your TV and you go look out the door and you see the sirens and you think to yourself, first off, boy, I wonder what he did to get arrested. Think about it. Because then the next time you hear those sirens, and you peek your head out the door and you look down the other way and they're down the other end of the street. And you think the same thing. God, I wonder what he did. While you do nothing. And then the next time you hear the sirens and they're right across the street and they're hauling that guy off and you wonder again, what did he do? While you still do nothing. They're doing that to people that don't do anything. If you get up and do something about it, by educating yourself, then you have a much better chance of affecting the corruption instead of letting the corruption affect you. I don't know if everything I'm doing here is helping people. I hear it is. But I have no visual proof. I have no physical proof. I have nothing tangible. But all I do know is it's affecting me. And it's affecting the people that are trying to affect me.
Hello?
Because every time I try to dig into this even deeper, I do nothing but educate myself more. I weaponize myself more with the words. In the beginning was Word. And that's one of the most important things. So when we look at these constitutions, we've got to look at the words and see if they apply to us. See if they are still affecting us. If they're not affecting us, then something's wrong. We should be able to affect them in our actions. We should be able to help it grow. We shouldn't be sitting here by the same Constitution we had over 200 years ago. We need new language. We need new people. We need new minds. And it's only through educating yourself that this is ever going to happen. So I beg everybody to get up off that couch. Throw them chips down. Quit drinking the soda. All that stuff that's poisoning your mind. Calcifying your brain and your entire immune system. You know, there are things out there that we need to use in a natural sense that help provide us with not just the physical health, but the mental health, the mental balances, and the cycles that we go through. Women go through cycles because of different hormonal balances than men do. And we need to learn about that in self. And then we have to be able to project that onto others as well as everything else in our environment. Instead of letting the sticks and stones affect us, we need to affect the sticks and stones. When they throw those sticks and stones at us, we need to be able to catch them, examine them, and determine whether it's really going to be able to harm us, whether it's really going to affect us. And the only way we can do that is preemptively with knowledge. So again, we, the people of the United States of America, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the general defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the liberty, the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity, do hereby ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Those are words that we should be changing in reference to ourselves. If the Constitution doesn't form a more perfect union between myself and others, then it's not my Constitution. If it doesn't establish justice between myself and others, then it's not my Constitution. If it doesn't promote or provide for public defense, then it's not my Constitution. If it doesn't promote my welfare, it's not my Constitution. If it doesn't secure my wish to be with liberty and secure in that, then it's not my Constitution. And these are all things that are wrong with everything that we do today. Every last bit of them. And that Constitution is not being affected. It's corrupt because we aren't enforcing it for ourselves. Period. Okay. Anybody got any other comments? I'm going to go back through here and read some of this. Yes, Andy. Hey, I'm glad you're watching, brother. Peace, brother. Yes, we have to know thyself. This is one of those things that you cannot do anything in life properly unless you know thyself. You see people all the time doing things and this is something I spoke of in my video yesterday. You see people writing all the time, and they write the most common thing they know, and that is their quote name unquote. But they do it in a certain style called cursive, and yet they don't realize that using it in correct parse syntax grammar will wake some people up. It will affect them. They will see something that they don't normally see. And the more people use the UCC 1-308, the reservation of rights, or like wording, the more they will realize people are standing up, and the more it will affect them. The more it will affect the Constitution. The more it will affect the people that are in seats of office, supposedly conducting the business affairs of the American people in good faith. And they're not. And that Constitution, like I said, is a set of rules, regulations, guidelines. And the particular constitutions that we run nowadays are corporate constitutions. They are in fact contracts that are bonded by an obligation known as an oath. And an oath is a bond. It is a verbal bond. So if you're going to make a verbal bond, make up your own constitution. And again, just like I explained with the UCC, you don't have to use the exact codes in the UCC. You can use wording of the like. The same with the Constitution. You can use wording of the like and make your own Constitution. And that is what you own. You can't own property. That was given freely to us to give freely forward. We are to prosper and be abundant with it. It is not ours. It was given to us to pass on. It was given to us to use as stewards. And so we need to learn this stuff. Anybody else got any questions? Amy Cush says the kingdom was taken over by violent men. The kingdom was taken over by ignorance. The kingdom was taken over by a peaceful people, or by a violent people, by taking over a peaceful people that did not know how to use their minds. I'll tell you this, and I've said it many times. Mankind's most powerful weapon is his own mind. You can quote me on that. Mankind's most powerful and most proficient, most efficient tool is his own mind. And the most abundant medical cabinet lies right here. It will tell you what your body needs. Somehow we've been indoctrinated to believe that our body needs chips and soda pops. And so we fill our bodies with chips and soda pops because our body does need some of that stuff, but it's only willing to take in that stuff because it's only willing to take in the poisons and stuff because it needs the vital nutritions within. It's part of the catch-22 in your mind. But in the meantime, what it does is it calcifies your brain and your organs. Put stuff in there that your body can't get rid of. And it's just like forming a rock. Rock starts as a pile of dirt first, and the more it gets compressed, the more it gets solidified. That's what's happening in your body. All these elements that you're ingesting are getting solidified. They're getting compact because your body can't get rid of them. You need to learn about diet, learn about words, how to use them, learn who you are inside and out. It's the only way you're going to do it. If you're going to sit there and keep sitting on that couch watching TV while you stuff your face with processed foods and poisoned drinks and not doing anything about it, then you've probably been poisoned too much already. So I urge people to wake up. Huh. Douglas Davis writes, I was called an idiot today for asking someone running for justice of the peace if they were going to abide by their oath if elected. Now, I have to ask, Douglas, was that the peace officer or the guy running for election? If so, that would tell you not to elect him. If he's going to scoff at you and call you an idiot, then he's not upholding any oath that he's had. And so anyway, back to my original opening statement in this, you need to know the Constitution. So when my buddy Derek Gonzalez speaks about these people that are in public servant positions that are supposed to be upheld by that oath that they took to the Constitution, how can they uphold their oath if they don't know the Constitution itself? They can't possibly do that. So how can you use that Constitution against them if you don't know it? So again, I suggest everybody read up on the Constitution, figure out what it is, and figure out what in there you can use to determine what constitutes yourself, what regulates yourself, what regulates your liberty to move and do as you wish, what regulates your decision making, what regulates what you believe, what regulates what you know, who regulates you. Yeah, it was a member of the community that scoffed and called you an idiot. Ask him if he knows what an oath is. Ask him if he understands that an oath is a bond. And that in the United States, a bond is an obligation. So if you take an oath, you're making an obligation. Then it needs to change. Something needs to change. It has to be effective. And if it's not effective,